Here with another episode 25 of the Clinical Dose. I'm here with Caleb today, so Joe's out, Caleb's in for this lot of questions. What's going on, Caleb? How you doing?
Not much.
Good. Let's get started. So first question, what hormone support supplement do you suggest a 33-year-old male, 90 kilograms, should supplement with and why? Thanks. And this one's from Hughes on YouTube. You got an answer for him?
Yeah.
What do you think?
So I was thinking it's got to be some kind of testosterone boosting supplement, as well as something also to help with estrogen and cortisol.
Most definitely, man. Yeah.
Thinking, straight away, core test and the core hard stack.
Yeah, something like that. Some sort of natural test booster that's going to help bring that test levels back up. Obviously, at 33, I would probably suggest even going for a blood test and just getting your test levels checked so you know where you are sitting. If you are on that lower end, go for something like a core test or a natural test supplement, whatever works best for you, really. But core test is probably our recommendation. And then stacking with the core hard, it's going to help with the anti-aromatase function and help, modulate your estrogen and cortisol levels there as well.
Yeah, definitely the stress reduction is really important.
Yeah, if your testosterone levels are fine, even just something like core hard that's going to help with estrogen levels and cortisol by itself would probably work quite well.
Yeah.
This one's a long one, next one. So with all pre-workout, fat burner and pump supplements alike, how do you know you are getting the exact milligram or gram of an ingredient as per the label as per the scoop on the label? Keeping everything equal, that you have a healthy diet, sleep, is this why sometimes the same pre-workout supplement may have less of an effect given the exact same quantity taken? This one's from Mark Signorelli on YouTube as well. So kind of like a two-part question here.
Yeah, of course, a big question.
It is, it's huge.
All right.
We'll start with the first bit. So all pre-workout pump supplements alike, you don't really know that you are getting the exact milligram of each ingredient. So they're all mixed up in pretty much a big mix of what all your ingredients will go into. Most of the powders, they're tried to keep to the same consistency, so they mix quite well. But you don't know if you're going to get more caffeine, less citrulline, more beta-alanine in one scoop, because you are just getting a scoop of the total combined ingredients there. So one day you may get more citrulline, less caffeine, and vice versa on another. And I think that's pretty much why. If everything else is equal, it could have less of an effect. It could be you building up a tolerance as well.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Look, I tend to agree there, 100%. Look, you don't know.
Yeah.
And as you've mentioned there, building up a tolerance, I do find sometimes that I end up switching pre-workouts, fat burners, because I just find that I've just built a tolerance and need something different.
Yeah, so it could be that you may have got more caffeine in that serve and it's keeping you awake, or you may have just built up a tolerance so then you don't feel it as much and the pre-workout doesn't have the same effect. The way these are made, they are pretty consistent though, the way they're produced. So it's, you're not really going to know. I don't think it's really going to make a big difference, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree with the consistency.
Question 3, how long a period can you stay on maintenance for? Is it better to do cuts and lean bulk so you're constantly improving muscle growth and minimizing body fat? From MadCat105 on YouTube. What are your thoughts on this one, Caleb?
Well, it's in particular to your goals. It is in regards to, do you want to build muscle? Are you looking to burn body fat? How long of a period can you stay on a maintenance for? Really, if you're happy with where you are, you could stay on maintenance forever, pretty much. It just kind of comes down to what your particular goal is when it comes to either losing body fat, building muscle. I guess there's some periods of time where I wouldn't recommend, staying in a deficit for too long and going back into your maintenance period. And again, the same with if you are in a slight surplus, just making sure that you're not putting on too much body fat as well, which, I feel like sometimes is a bit of a personal thing. Some people don't mind getting that little bit extra chunky. Others, want to stay a little bit more lean or have a bit of a lean bulk, as they say.
Yeah, so it really, like you said, depends on kind of what your goal is here. From what you've written, I'm guessing you probably want to improve and get more muscle growth. So going for that, you're going to need to be above maintenance to get muscle growth. In saying that, lean bulk, so about 5% on top of your maintenance is where I would go. But just be aware, your maintenance will change as you do get more muscle. So that maintenance calories is going to change. But you want to minimize body fat and if you're looking to gain muscle, be just above your maintenance. If you're looking to lose fat, be just below.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think it's better. It just really depends on your goal. Some people will stay at maintenance for their whole life and they won't change because that's what they don't want to change. They just want to stay relatively lean, fit, and healthy. So, yeah. Question 4. If experiencing trap tightness or soreness, should you still do squats? From Don Gosnick from Instagram Q&A. What are your thoughts?
Well, this is an interesting one. I would say I personally would like to address the issue first off to make sure, because sometimes with a bit of, trap tightness and soreness, you can actually get rid of that with a quick, a few stretches, a bit of a work with a massage gun. I've had it happen to me before personally, and then it's been fine. I guess if you can't, get rid of that tightness, you can still squat, as long as, you can at least get the bar on your shoulders.
Yeah, I'm in a similar spot. I have trap tightness now, mainly through my levator scapula. I still do squat, but in saying that, I still have the range of motion to be able to hold a bar safely on my back and squat with correct form. If you have trap tightness that's going to put your form out, make it unsafe, or potentially injure other parts of your body or causing neck tightness, I would probably say don't. Maybe go for a different variation that doesn't cause pain, a goblet squat or even a hack squat, supported hack squat or something like that, that might not cause as much pain. Just as long as you're keeping your form right, I don't see a problem. But I definitely would, like you said, address the issue, see a physio, see your massage therapist, get it sorted out. Because you don't want that through your training because it's not going to be beneficial for anything really. And
you may be surprised what's actually causing that trap tightness as well. I also suffer from quite a bit of trap tightness, and I see my masseuse get a deep tissue massage every couple of weeks or so, and we've discovered it's actually coming in from my legs. So I'm holding like a lot of just blood just stuck in my muscles in my legs, which is affecting everything from my hips to my lower back, which is then impacting my traps and making them tight. So
yeah, well, that's it. And mine comes from my shoulder, which then impacts my levator scap, my trap a little bit as well, my back and my chest. So it there could be an underlying issue there that hasn't been addressed that needs to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Last question. So designing a pre-workout for combat sports, i.e. boxing, what ingredients would you use? From Jay Fairclough from Instagram Q&A.
Oof, this is a question for me, doing a bit of some boxing, just a little bit of like fun boot camp boxing, guys, tonight.
There you go.
I've been doing that for a couple months. So what would I like? First off, a bit of caffeine, obviously, for some energy. I'm thinking somewhere between that sort of like 250 kind of milligrams amount of caffeine or something, just, mid-stim. Beta-alanine, definitely for that muscular endurance. I want a little bit of pump, so I'd be looking at some citrulline in there as well. These aren't in any particular order, guys. But we might just be making you the perfect boxing pre-workout.
If you could be on the market soon, who knows?
Some mental focus in there as well, so looking at some citicoline or some kind of choline. And a bit of muscle power as well, so I like a bit of betaine.
Okay.
And I reckon, throw some herpesine in there as well.
There we go, done. Mine's quite similar, so I'll be going for something for blood flow, so probably like a citrulline or even a Vaso 6 or something like that. Endurance, so a bit of alanine, even a Pico 2, I would actually put in a combat sport to help with endurance as well and bring in more oxygen. Stim, you probably went a little bit heavy for me. I'll be looking probably more towards the 150 and maybe some extended release on top of that 150 to make it maybe around the 200 mark. I would also go muscle power, but I probably wouldn't go betaine. I would probably go more so for Elevate P. In terms of muscle power is what I would personally go for. And then mental focus, of course. So I would probably do your citicoline, alpha GPC, some sort of choline donor with the hyperzinine, and maybe some tyrosine in there as well for a feeling of well-being.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah,
solid.
That's it for me, and that's all the questions. So if you have a question for next week's episode, chuck them in the YouTube comments below. That's where I look first. Joe also puts up a Q&A on his page or in the MassiveJoes Facebook group if you're not in there. I'll pick out the top 5 questions for next week and we'll answer those. Thank you, Caleb.
Awesome.
That's it. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, subscribe to the MassiveJoes YouTube channel to stay up to date with all the latest episodes. Until next time, where are we coming to and from, Caleb?
MassiveJoes.com.
Stay massive.
Thank you for tuning into this video. We hope you enjoyed watching. Don't forget to check out our latest upload and our recommended video, and be sure to subscribe to the MassiveJoes YouTube channel to stay up to date with all of our latest uploads.